Hello, it's Reija and welcome to another video. Today I am going to be sharing with you part 2 of the 25 questions tag. You will be seeing this while I am at Worldcon in Chicago, so expect a video about Worldcon retrospective once I get back. But without further ado, let's get to the rest of these questions. Favorite movies or TV shows? Is this for like favorite movies or TV shows of all time or favorite movies or TV shows recently? Because recently my favorite TV show has been The Sandman and also Arcane. I am obsessed with Arcane, but if we're talking about like favorite of all time, I would say Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is one of my favorite anime. Seirei no Moribito is one of my favorite animes. Cowboy Bebop, Gankutsuo, those are all my favorite. Wolf's Rain, like I have a lot of anime shows that I really love. Movies, Lord of the Rings trilogy, one of my favorites. In terms of like how many times I've watched a thing, like Beauty and the Beast by Disney is probably my most watched movie of all time, and I really love it, and I've got it tattooed on my body, so I better love it. So yeah, those would come to mind immediately. Describe yourself using 3 fictional characters. This is a pretty difficult question because whatever I'm going to answer, I feel like it will come across as highly idealized, and I'm not sure if I can actually like distill myself into 3 characters, but I will try. First of all, I think Faramir from Lord of the Rings, because I too am a sad boy who loves education and poetry and would rather not fight, and dreams of lady love. So yeah, Faramir is one. I'm also partial to Winry Rockbell from Fullmetal Alchemist because she is an engineer and she's also very like carefree and curious about learning new things. So I would very much like Winry Rockbell is like one of the characters that I identify myself with. So those are like 2, but I also need like a really like really broody, sort of like sarcastic asshole for like a character. So I would actually go with, fuck it, let's go with the Corinthian from The Sandman. I mean, I think that's probably like a good place to round this up. Have 2 little like soft characters and then one mean person. So yeah, there you go. What was your dream job? My dream job would be an artist, to be quite frank with you, but it is not sustainable economically. But currently, like, I think that my philosophy is that I want a job, which I luckily now have, I want a job that will facilitate me having as much time as possible to pursue my actual passions. And that isn't to say that I'm not passionate about my job, but I think there is a difference there. Like, I feel like my professional life, I'm very content right now. I get to do a lot of like cool things. I get to learn a lot every day, and the work culture I'm in is fantastic. So I'm really lucky. That said, it is not like my passion project. However, I will say that I find this question weird to begin with because I don't dream of having a job. I dream of having more time, and I feel like having a job isn't like a goal in itself. I feel like it is a very like sort of this capitalistic nightmarescape that we conflate having a successful life with having a good job, which I mean a good job makes it possible to have a good life, but I just feel like the whole idea of it is wrong. Like I don't dream of having a good job. I dream of other things. So yeah. I feel like currently I am as close to being in a dream job or dream life state as I can be. If magic was real, what spell would you learn first? Teleportation, because I am late to things more often than I would want, and that would also facilitate me being able to travel distances in a short period of time, cutting down commute time. However, I do have a feeling that there are some carbon emissions in teleportation that have not been explored. Like, you basically transport matter through space. There has to be some sort of payment, some sort of like punishment or like penalty to that. I would actually want to see that explored in fiction, like what needs to happen for someone to teleport, like, you know. But yeah, that would be the one spell that I would learn first, because then I would not be late for things. Or I would be even more late, because I would think that I'll just get there in a jiff. Share a favorite childhood memory. I think some of my favorite childhood memories have to do with going to like the Peiaiset after hunting season. So we have had these like seasonal celebrations to venerate and celebrate the animals that were hunted for food. For example, we had those for moose and bears and stuff, and it's basically a Finnish tradition that is a remnant of the more ancient times when we worshipped animals. And it is basically like you kind of have this whole party for the whole community, and you eat the animals that were hunted, and you give back to the community in a way, and you sort of like celebrate and you celebrate and sort of like grieve over those deaths, but also you try to respect the animals in a way. So a lot of my favorite childhood memories are related to like the preparations for those parties, and also like the actual attending of those parties, because they were very like communal events where you would have like adults, children, elderly people, etc. So yeah, those would probably be my favorite times. What is your favorite social media platform and why? Honestly, at this stage, the less social media the better, but my favorite social media platform would probably be Discord, because you can be very private on it. You can have your own servers, and you can have them be like unlisted, so they can't be found through like a random search. You can invite people, you can like close them, etc. So I like this idea that you can build communities, and you don't have to like suffer the same kind of cesspool of vitriol that is Twitter and that is Instagram. Obviously, Discord is also kind of been going downhill lately, but I would say at this stage, Discord is my favorite social media platform. And it's not even a real social media platform. If you could pick any book character, who would you spend the day with? I would want to learn sword fighting from Richard St. Fear from Sourcepoint. But I also don't think he would be a fun person to hang around with. He's a very specific type of character. What's your power animal? So originally this question was phrased a little bit differently, but I personally changed it to suit the more Finnish tradition we have with animals. So basically this idea that an animal's power can be reflected in a person, and this idea that every single living being, and even things that, like every single living being has a power inside it, a thing called Väki, and you're basically like, it's your essence, your like life's power, and your like your kind of like your soul is in the Väki, which is interesting because in Finnish, like etymology, Väki also means community and a group of people. So in that idea that we have power in community in a way. So I would say that the animal that I feel the closest affinity towards would be a rabbit. They are guarded, they are kind of shy, but they are also like survivors, and they take what they need, and they are often kind of misunderstood animals because they're often viewed as pests. So yeah, I would say a rabbit. What old person thing do you do? What old person thing do I not do? I knit, I crochet, I make jam, I wear wool socks year round, I sleep with 2 blankets on. So basically, what old person thing don't I do? Do you have a hidden talent? I must have, because I have not found any talent ever. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Hopefully, I will still be employed, maybe even at the same company that I am in. Hopefully, I will have kind of risen up the ranks to have a more specialized post. I will hopefully have some savings. I actually don't know where I will be in 5 years realistically, because my whole life plan was kind of recently altered in a significant way, because last year at this time I thought that I was going to be married. So, that kind of changed things. So I would say that in 5 years I am hoping to be content and happy, and living in a stable and secure situation. That would be my hope, but I am not sure if I see it yet. Share an item and tell us its significance. So most of my items that I have are packed away because I don't yet have any bookshelves to put them on, but I can share with you this thing. This is my journal. I kind of sporadically write in it whenever I feel the need to. It's basically this isn't the same as my bullet journal where I track things like my calendar and like my YouTube videos and stuff. That's different. This is what I call my brain vomit space. When I'm feeling like I have a very rough time and I'm feeling all sorts of different ways, I will write my thoughts here. And my whole spiel is that I don't read them ever. I just write them and I leave them. I just recently read the first entries from like 2 years ago, and I was kind of shocked at the things that I was thinking back then. So yeah, that's a significant item that has drastically improved my mental health, and also made me question things and allowed me to explore things that I could not have voiced out loud. So yeah, that's my significant item. And then finally, I am just going to give you a pet montage. Here is Hermes doing his thing and looking fantastic and gorgeous. I know that you are used to seeing me with 3 cats, but nowadays I only have the one, and he's my precious boy. So I hope you enjoy his antics. And there you have it. This has been the 25 questions tag part 2. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye bye!